On a Sunday, I'm quietly resting in silence, not making a sound. In my shelter, in a safe, out of the way location in the middle of a Greenwood neighborhood. And a man who has repeatedly decided to investigate me and my shelter, arrives early in the morning with his cart, trading and doing what he always does, extortion. You either have to do what he says or risk confusion and suffering. He speaks almost no English, and when he begins speaking, none of what he says makes sense. His cart next to my shelter and him standing outside of my tent shelter for longer than I could sit in silence. And I said as calmly and respectfully as I could as a human, "Are you lost?" "Bro, I'm not even talking to you." In his Mexican, Hispanic, Latin America, Spanish dialect. Immediately, "Bro, I'm not talking to you. I'm looking at a rock." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you weren't friendly." And he stared harder and longer, ready to take me and an object keeping me safe in the Pacific Northwest weather with him in his cart. Hands swollen, appearing ready to explode. Hypothetically and theoretically, probably having to do with substances other than skin lotion and an allergic reaction. Pockets filled with stuff, liquid in his hand, chugging his drink, staring at me, and then laughing and laughing and laughing out loud. Mysteriously vanished. And then suddenly in the park next to where I sleep in Greenwood, laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing at me. He described as bro, bro, bro. Not so different than what I hear at the University of Washington. Bro, 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 bro. And all I have for an option now has to do with ¿Cómo estás? Other than what he's going to do next, I have no idea. Having returned again and again and now again with his cart. Humans are so confused and baffled currently on Earth in outer space. A human chooses and decides what they know from what they call behavior, using another object for distraction. Okay, he's staring at the rocks. Okay, he can stare wherever he wants and do whatever he wants. But why talk to another human as if the other human has less value than what they put in their cart? Those cartel thugs and their mafia friends and all of their sex trafficking buddies causing suffering. For another human who repeatedly, over and over and over again says, all you have to do is leave me alone. And they can't accomplish leaving me alone. Health and medicine eventually have to stop the psychological warfare. This example begins to explain with these humans, these people, learning these strategies and tactics of suffering, to have economics and extortion and more objects in a cart, probably for the cartel to sell more fentanyl to the children here at the University of Washington, where they probably sell their weed on the second floor in the bathroom, where there's racist, homophobic, and disgusting language nobody takes off the walls and instead stares at, no different in how they look and how they listen to me as a human who's saying to them, your time's running out to stop the Holocaust. Any Jew would stop and go, huh? And begin to wonder why I can't be a Tibetan Buddhist studying children's medicine without providing the cartel and the gangsters and the sex traffickers and the mafia and all of their thug gangsters the information they don't read in the books at the University of Washington, but what they want to make more money from their women and have more drugs for their children, to eat big, to grow strong, to dominate and have dominance on the earth they want for their freedom in outer space. I'm talking about humans who aren't doing work and activities on Earth and outer space with compassion and love, beauty and brilliance, but who are using other humans for stimuli, as a reward for their indigenous, primal, dominant human body and brain. There's no mystery and secret about what I'm talking about on this video for dinosaur brain and heart. However, when I'm called a snitch and a retard, and I'm not allowed to say what I'm noticing, then there has to be a discussion about civil war happening now and a mental health crisis within medicine and health, now overthrown, disregarded, and destroyed by humans who want to use those services to get more money, to have more weed, and to have a beer with more space available for them to have their mind filled with whatever they put in their neurons. A human who decides, who doesn't speak English in the United States of America, to bully and dominate a human surviving in a shelter they want to take to benefit financially. Not doing the work required to have what they want, other than what they have decided with their dominance to achieve, with all of their weapons, all of their social network in Washington State and the United States and everywhere on Earth, seemingly in outer space. And not a single human stops and pauses and goes, oh my gosh, there's evil on the land where the babies walk in the morning to school, where the children walk to go to the park, where he graffitis love and does gang instructions for people like me who don't know what to do and they're so confused, and I have to say, oh, yeah, whatever you want, master, whatever you want, master, whatever you want, master, whatever you want, master. Unless there's a better option to not be harassed and assaulted and bullied. Living a life to be a doctor for these humans I'm describing, who want me for nothing more than what I give them monetarily